Hey, what's up, Roselle? What's up, Taylor May? Thank you for clicking on the play button. Look, I'm having technical difficulties, but I think I got it. I think I got it working now. I'm gonna play this intro music that we get right into this happy hour. Get your drink.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
You could have subscribed to any other YouTube channel, but you chose to subscribe here. So, hit that notification, hit that like button, and tune in with Adrian and Glib Talk. If you talking to hear your own voice, that's lit. Using your platform to poop and pimp, that's lit. I can sell drinking water to a fish with Glib. Tune in for a discussion with Glib. It's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk. Let's all get right on the late night with a little discussion or a heated debate on sports, news, current events. Glib Talk is where you gotta tune in for facts and different opinions. This is Glib Talk, hosted by Adrian, who will dissect the dichotomy of the fake news by its views. Trying to get to the truth, or we could just shoot the shit. We all trolls in his, that's why the chat stay lit. In the live stream where everyone clowns let off a little steam. So go ahead and smash the like button. You can subscribe to the page, turn on the notification for the live stream, and upload updates. If you talking to hear your own voice, that's lit. Using your platform to poop and pimp, that's lit. I can sell drinking water to a fish with Glib. Tune in for a discussion with Glib. It's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk, it's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. If you are a first-time viewer, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And then everyone who enjoyed it, go ahead and hit that smash that, matter of fact, smash that like button. And turn on them
Yo, thank you. Thank you for clicking on the play button. Thank you for clicking on the play button. My name is Adrian. This is Glib Talk. Thank you, Taylor Made. That was made by my boy Bizzle Kong. Bizzle Kong made that. Damn, my throat. Good Lord. Excuse me. Bizzle Kong made that music. Bizzle Kong, I met Bizzle Kong through Blaq Rosebudd. And I'm talking about Blaq Rosebudd tonight because Blaq Rosebudd is the genesis of the reason why I wanted to go live. He's a Trump supporter. He believes things that are not true, and that's okay. But I think the position I'm going to take now is I'm just going to laugh at it and say, hey, I guess we'll find out one day. But before that, there's a clip of Kanye West in there. I'm going to get that shit out of there. Kanye West is the worst human being possible. I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm not sure what he's trying to sell. He's the worst human being possible. He made that commercial for for the Super Bowl, and he said, click the link, and I went to the link, and he's selling shirts with swastikas on it. The product model number is HH01. I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it. No one can explain it to me. I just know I want no association with that lunatic anymore. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know what he's going through. I don't care to figure it out. That's insane to me. I don't know if there's any more excuses for selling shirts with swastikas on it. I don't get it. There's something wrong with that guy. What's up, Indomitable Human? My #1 fan. If I know no one's here, I know you're here. And that's dope. I hope you hit the like button and shared it with your friends, because that would be great. It's happy hour. Grab a drink. Roy Zell, what's up? Bums, what's up? Appreciate you guys clicking on the play button. I put the link in there for StreamYards if someone wants to come up here, especially you, Indomitable Human. No one knows who you are. Click the link. You don't got to turn your camera on. Explain to me why you love Trump so much without changing the subject. How can you turn your back on your own people? Listen, Kanye West is not my people. He's just another rich guy. Kanye West is a rich guy that makes music. He's good at making music. Maybe he's good at creating a media storm around the shit that he's doing. But we're of no relation. We're not even familiar with each other. We have nothing in common other than maybe if you looked at our ethnic profile, it may go back to close to the same continent. But other than that, I mean, you know, he's just another black dude out here trying to make it, but he's doing some wild shit that I really can't agree with. I really can't agree with it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But this video is about Indomitable Human's Lord and Savior, Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's been doing some wild shit, and I hope that, you know, the Trump supporters are enjoying it. Blaq Rosebudd got mad at me. He told me I'm afraid to talk to him, and I won't debate him anymore. And I said to myself, because I wasn't talking to him, I said to myself, I don't know what we will be debating about. I don't know if we're even having the same conversation, because while we were arguing, the whole time we were arguing, you were arguing that Trump was going to win the election, and I was arguing that Trump was going to do bad things that may not be good for you or other people. So Trump won, and you said, hey, I was right, Trump won. And I said, well, I was right. Trump's doing the wild shit that I said he was going to do. So, and then I realized I wasn't trying to win the argument of who was going to win the election. I was really trying to convince you to change who your support was for. But that didn't work. It didn't work, and Trump won. And now we're saying, okay, Donald Trump says he wants to shut down the Department of Education. Who does that help? Who does it help if he does that? Who does it benefit? If he says, hey, we're going to lay off 2 million people, who does it help? Who does it help? Trump didn't say he's going to reduce your taxes. Trump didn't say he was going to take your tax number down to 0. But what he did say for several 100,000 Americans is that the way that you paid for your home, the way that you paid for your food, the way that you took care of your family, we're not going to do that anymore, because we want to make sure that we can do tax cuts for the rich, ultra rich, not the rich, the ultra rich. We want to help the people that are in the billionaire category. We want to make sure they're okay. So, while Trump supporters can say, well, these things don't hurt me. Well, they don't fucking help you either, right? It doesn't help you that someone else lost their job. Or maybe it does. Maybe if someone else does worse, you do better. But it would seem as if the things that he's doing has repercussions that haven't been accounted for, because he's mostly just shooting from the hip. What's up, John Frank? What's up, John Frank? Thanks for clicking on the button and the share. That was dope. Who would change from supporting Trump to supporting Biden or Scamala? What's up, D? Listen, no one... The choice has always been clear. Listen, the choice was clear for me, too. My cousin, I have a cousin that voted for Trump. I talked to him before. He voted for Trump because of Second Amendment rights. He lives in Georgia. He wants to keep his fucking AR-15s. That's cool. And it's like every time we talk about something that Trump's doing, he's like, well, that doesn't impact me. So that's okay, fine. If it doesn't impact you, then it don't matter. One of the things that the Republicans want to cut, if you own a home, you should listen up. If you own a home, you should listen. One of the things that the Republicans want to cut is the tax break that American homeowners get for writing off their interest on their homes that they buy. Now, George Bush put that tax cut in place, and it was made permanent. And the Republicans are saying, you know what? Maybe we don't give the American people that thing that really helps them, that kind of changes the playing field, which allows people who may be lower middle class to say, you know, we could make that stretch to buy that home because there's really a tax benefit to doing it. And the Republicans say, hey, look, we got to make sure that the billionaires get more. In order to make sure they get more, we need to take something from someone else. Maybe we'll take it from all the American people with this tax break that greatly benefits them. I was able to write off this year, I was able to write off like $32,000 in interest. So it's like, well, I mean, you could change it. It wouldn't benefit me at all if you took it away. It would hurt like hell if you took it away. My cousin just bought his first home, and that first tax, when you first file that first year, you get a huge break on your taxes because of all of the shit you got to pay. They're saying, we'll take that shit away. We'll take that shit away. And I would say that's if you're going to give a benefit to someone, why would I agree that it goes to them? Maybe some of the benefits should go to me. That's all. That's all. D says they better not cut that tax, but who's going to stop them? Listen, you can't stop them, right? But listen, the Republicans put out a memo a couple of weeks ago when they were working on the budget. This is the reason why the Republicans don't have a budget right now, because when they put together the budget, they said, holy shit, how are we going to sell this to the American people that the only way we can give the tax breaks to the rich is to take from the middle class and the poor? That we're going to have to say we're not going to be able to fund Social Security, that we're going to have to cut back on some of these other, now they're running around trying to just find money anywhere that they can get it from, right? And of course, Indomitable Human says U.S. aid. I'm not talking about U.S. aid. I'm talking about the tax break that American homeowners receive. I'm not talking about U.S. aid. Right? And I'm not going to debate with you about whether money that's being improperly spent should be stopped. What I'm saying to you is that if they said we're going to find $50 million from U.S. aid, this is a question. If the government said, if we found money from U.S. aid, we won't have to do the tax cut, I'd say shut down U.S. aid and never give them another dollar. What the government did was say, we found $50 million in misappropriate funds with USAID or something like that. I don't know what the number is, right? Because I don't read those articles because I don't give a shit. But the government says, but we can save $1 trillion if we take away the tax cuts for the average American who owns a home. Now, Indomitable Human would be confused because he'd be like, oh, $50 million for USAID. That means that we should be against USAID. No, you should be against them cutting the fucking tax for homeowners, which is $1 trillion tax cut, which allows them to give the tax cuts to the billionaires, but it takes the money from the average American. And I'm guessing maybe you are an average American that might own a home. Now, if you don't own a home, you say, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit, right? But let's say you rent a house. Let's say you rent a house from somebody and their tax numbers go up. Where do you think they're going to transfer that fee to the people who rent their homes? If you rent my house and my taxes go up, your rent's going up. That's a guarantee. That's a guarantee. So I don't know what Indomitable Human's talking about, as I typically don't, but I know what I'm talking about is right and it's true. And if they cut that tax on interest that you pay on your home, that is a great benefit to the American citizens. If they cut that, it will be a catastrophe for a lot of people, and maybe even including me. Maybe even including me, Oh, Elon lied about the 50 million. Yeah. Listen, I don't even click this shit no more. This shit is such a damn catastrophe that I don't even click it anymore. It's like what they say doesn't make any sense. What they do doesn't make any sense. And the supporters are just saying, yay, while nothing's actually getting done. The guy told you he was going to lower prices on day one. Prices are going up. Not a single price. As a matter of fact, the shit's getting worse than ever. The shit's getting worse than ever. Look, this is, did I see his performance? I didn't even click on it. I saw the headlines and I was like, man, I'm cool on watching Elon and Trump do wild shit. Look, this is Blaq Rosebudd sent this to me, right? He says, I know Crip Walker Serena Williams definitely down with the revolution. Her and her husband is ready. Okay, now Blaq Rosebudd is mad because everyone is talking about the revolution or whatever they're talking about with the Kendrick Lamar. He said some stuff that I didn't understand, and that's what kind of got me to post today. He said, stop talking about Kendrick Lamar revolutionary movement. Ain't none of you niggas posting shit gonna do nothing. White man got you scared to lose your freedom or life. Well, I mean, wouldn't you be? There is actually reason to be afraid of losing life, right? In a system where if they say we can suspend laws and do whatever we want, sure. Y'all are not field niggas. If you was about that life, it wouldn't have to take a halftime show to bring out the soldier in you. What the hell is he? I often don't know what people are talking about. I have no idea what he's talking about because I haven't heard that anyone is marching on the Capitol. The only person I saw march on the Capitol was Blaq Rosebudd. He was there that day. He was there that day to help overthrow the government. And then he changed his mind and said, I'm not going in there. So the only person who might have been scared that day was you. I've never said I was going to march in the Capitol. I don't believe you can overthrow our government by walking up there with a pistol or a gun or AR-15 or anything. You don't stand a goddamn chance against the government. Most of you don't do shit for your community, but now you a soldier. But the same white man you hate and says hate you asking and begging him for help while you at the same time talking about rebelling against him. America is the greatest country in the world and you have more opportunities than any place in the world. But you sit on your ass and complain about handouts instead of getting out there and making something happen for yourself. This is not the first time niggas been hollering about a revolution. I done heard it over 20 different times. The first with Tupac. Now that's a damn shame because if the first time you heard about revolution was Tupac, you should fucking open up a goddamn book. If I'm not mistaken, Tupac is the same age as me or somewhere around there. And if the first time you heard about revolution was when Tupac started making movies in the 90s, it's a problem, dog. It's a serious problem. So anyway, this is what I said. What are you talking about? You're eating from Massa's hand with a homemade Trump outfit on, which is the truth. Blaq Rosebudd makes clothes with Trump's face and likeness on it. And he walks around the streets of LA harassing people, trying to get them to argue with him so he can try to make a viral video about Trump. This is what he does, right? And so I saw the post and I was annoyed because I had no idea. I had no idea what the hell he's talking about. Who's talking about overthrowing the government? What people are saying is there's a power that we have, right? And that power is voting. But the only way your vote works is if you get enough people to agree with you. If you can't get enough people to agree with you, then your vote don't count. So if people are trying to point out the flaws of the government, right? The flaws of the government, the flaws of this administration, the things you knowingly and willingly ate up January 6th propaganda. Look, indomitable human. You annoy me so much sometimes, right? Because on my computer right now, without trying, I can pull up hundreds of videos that I've downloaded of January 6th, of things that happened on that day. You can't gaslight me into saying it's propaganda. I saw what happened. I watched it live. I went live on that day. I went live on that day and broadcast what was happening live. So when I try not to block you, Indomitable Human, because you're my number one fan. Wait, hold on. It's happy hour. Everybody got your drink? You got your drink? Because this is supposed to be funny. So So Blaq Rosebudd, after I commented to him on that, right? He says to me, Donald Trump is more popular than he's ever been, and his approval rating is at its highest. And Democrats are at an all-time low. Nobody likes the Democrats, and everyone loves Trump. What's up, Gears? So that's what he says. Then he posts a series of pictures and screenshots to prove his point. Majority approve of Trump's job as president. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. It says run the numbers. This is asking the question. Trump has higher approval rating than at any point during first term poll. That's okay. Democrats' unfavorability ratings reaches new 16-year high. Okay. There you go. Democrats hammered by ugly unpopularity numbers. I don't know who Aaron Doherty, but I know this is the New York Post, of which I never read an article from the New York Post because they're trash. Trump gets high approval rating for his first week's new CBS poll finds. Okay. So Blaq Rosebudd says to me, he tagged me. He says, can you explain these numbers? Since you're so smart and always right, I'm sure some people would like to hear. So I said, I'm not a mathematician or a genius, but the only competition for the worst approval rating is Trump on his first term. Now you explain how you fell for the banana in the tailpipe this time. And I sent them this picture, which shows that the approval rating for Trump on his first term was 45%. And the approval rating for Trump on his second term was 47%. And every other president since 1953 has been better. Every president since 1953 has been better than Trump. So is Trump more popular now than he was then? That is a fact. Is he more popular than anyone else? Fuck no. Hell no. And this is easy to find. You know how easy it is to find this information? It was in the article that he shared. That information is in the article that he shared. So I said, Trump supporters loudly showing their ignorance of everything. The information is in the article that says his approval rating is the worst, hidden by words. The information was hidden, but it's right there. All he had to do was click it and read it. He's like, Trump's the most popular. He's more popular than he's ever been. He's more popular than he's ever been because he was so unpopular before. He was so unpopular before. He was the most unpopular president we've had. And now he's more popular because a small percentage of Republicans have said, let's go over to the other side. Let's go over to the other side. He's not, it makes no sense. This article, is Trump 2.0 popular? Here's what the polls say. Let me see this. It says, Trump got some welcome news earlier this week when a CBS YouGov poll showed 53% of Americans approving of his job performance. The other 47% said they disapproved. But Trump's highest poll approval rating ever in the CBS, that's Trump's highest approval rating ever in the CBS News polls. For comparison, 40% of Americans approved of Trump's performance in CBS's 2017 survey. So is he doing better? Yes. But it says right here, other recent soundings have confirmed that Trump's general approval rating is higher now than it was 8 years ago, largely because of his GOP support is greater. Gallup has Trump at 47% overall. Pew Research Center puts him at 47 as well. Yet in those two polls, Trump disapproval ratings, 48% and 51% respectively, still leave him underwater, more unpopular than not. And Donovan Human says, we saw Americans be led in the tour of the Capitol and then you know what, man? You're almost blocked. You're almost blocked, man. Listen, there wasn't no 4,000 FBI agents at the fucking Capitol. There weren't no 4,000 FBI. Listen, if there were 4,000 FBI agents at the Capitol, that was a hell of an undercover job. Because those people who were arrested have social media accounts that go back for years and years and years and years and years, where they're supporting Trump and talking shit about Democrats, and then they decided to go to the Capitol. But somehow, you've been convinced, good sir, you've been convinced that even though all of these people's social media histories exist and their real lives exist and the people that know them exist because they were turned in by their friends, that everything that happened to them happened because it was the FBI that did it and Antifa did it. Got it. It makes no sense. What you say makes no sense. Sorry. It makes no sense. But look, this article goes on to say, That leaves Trump 2.0 and second to last place overall, even with his improved numbers. No matter how much you want to say he's better than he was before, he's second to last, and only the person who he's competing with is himself. The only person who was worse than him in popularity was him. These articles are written by corrupt media. Okay, so this guy right here, this guy, Blaq Rosebudd, who shared these articles, right? Because he believes them. He believes these articles, which is why he shared them. And then when I point out that even the article that he shared has the information that's opposite of what he's saying, you say it's because the media is brainwashed. It sounds like you're brainwashed. And anything that doesn't say what you want to say, that anything that goes against what you say is a brainwashing. But what I can tell you is this: Trump's inaugural approval rating is historically low again. This is it. This is just math, dog. This isn't even a debate. Like, I wish there was a debate. And then now we can have a discussion about it, but there is no discussion. I'd say this is what the numbers say. And then I'd say to you, show me something different. But of course, he wants to say how much the U.S. aid pay. Listen, the Republicans have got these people convinced that anything that goes bad with the government in regards to money, it's the Democrats, right? Like all the money that went to Politico. Let me take a sip of my drink. Hold on a second. Let me take a sip. A lot of money went to Politico for these accounts, right? Fox News and all these Republican outlets are trying to say, oh, look at the scandal of all this stuff. And it's like, wait a minute. $300,000 worth of those accounts is Republican accounts. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, dog? $300,000 of the $500,000 that's going to Politico is Republicans. What are you talking about? It has nothing to do with the Democrats. It's just what to do with how the government is inefficient as fuck, and people take advantage of the system. There's no reason why there should be 800,000 people getting Politico accounts so they can get the news every day. It's bullshit. They should pay for that out of their own pocket, or they should pay for that out of their own campaign money. We shouldn't pay for that as citizens. I agree with you. But when you say this is a Democrat problem, it sounds like you are a fucking idiot. Everything is orchestrated by Nancy Pelosi, who's damn near 198 years old, stumbling and bumbling around, can't do anything. But she's the one orchestrating all this stuff. Where do they find the time? Where does Nancy Pelosi find the time? She's 397 years old. She's really old. She doesn't know how to use any of these social media platforms, any of this stuff, right? But somehow she's able to orchestrate all of these things with no evidence of it ever being found. You're an insane person. You're an insane person. This is an insane person too. This is an insane person here. This guy said, I put my life savings in DJT and I will never sell. This is a person who's like an indomitable human, who loves Donald Trump so much that he's proud to lose his money with Trump. He says, I put my life savings in DJT and I will never sell. I'm proud to invest in the greatest president in history. This guy fell for the scam. The banana is firmly placed in the tailpipe. He did a call on a Trump stock, right? He said, he says, it's going to go up. Prove it's not me. Trust me. There is no way. I won't even click on a Trump link because I don't want him to get credit. I promise you, there's no way I invested $1 million in Donald Trump stock. This guy has until March 21st. Yeah, this is that guy. He has till March 21st for this stock to mature to $47.65. But you know what though? He's never going to sell. You know why? Because like in Down to a Human, it doesn't matter how bad it gets. As long as Trump is the president, I feel better. It's like Trump is a warm blanket. This is that DJT stock list. I used to have this bookmark. I used to come here every day and laugh my ass off as the price was dropping, because I knew he was only tricking Trump supporters. And I would laugh my ass off on a daily basis. I would just click on here and say, how much money did Trump supporters lose today? Right? I've gone beyond the fact that Trump makes money off these losers. These losers want to give their money to Trump? Fine. I'm laughing at the fact that they keep doing it. I'm laughing at the fact that they keep doing it. Oh, look, here we go. Here's something interesting. All of these, it appears as if the stock market is doing great, right? As all of these are down. Don't look at my portfolio. That's not even real. I don't even know how to get rid of that, man. That's terrible. I created that a long time ago, back when I used to have mutual funds, but I don't have it no more. Let's see here. $5 eggs. $5 eggs. Listen, I saw an article today about how 100,000 eggs were stolen, and I never heard of an egg heist before. But eggs are so expensive that people have stopped robbing trains for sneakers. They stopped robbing Amazon trucks for Jordans and televisions. They just stealing eggs. At $5 an eggs, that's quite a fucking heist. Or $5 a dozen, I guess. $5 a dozen. This is fucking crazy. This is crazy. This is Donald Trump saying prices are going to drop on day one. No, actually, they're going to fucking double. $5 eggs. What's this one here? Used car prices are going up. Why are used car prices going up? I didn't understand this. But then when I looked it up, I was like, okay, I guess it kind of makes sense. Used car prices going up because the tariffs. I saw a video the other day where the guy explained about how the tariffs were great. It's a great deal. And about how the tariffs are going to force these other countries to deal with us on an equal level because we got the leverage because they trade more with us than we trade with them. And all I could say was he keeps forgetting to say that the person who's watching this video is going to pay the price, whether he agrees with Trump or not. You're agreeing to pay the price because the prices are going to go up on whatever it is he put the tariffs on. He put tariff on steel the other day. He said yesterday, I'm just going to put some tariffs on some other shit. And you know why he's going to keep talking about this? Because he doesn't actually have a plan to do anything. He doesn't have a plan to do anything. So every day he does something wild to create some news, fucking renaming the Gulf of Mexico, fucking firing people. He fired the guy who's in charge of ICE enforcement, right? The guy's been on the job 3 weeks. I guess he didn't arrest enough people or cause enough people to be arrested and deported. So they get another guy. And then come to find out, even with all the effort that they're putting into it, Joe Biden still deported more people and he wasn't even trying. So wait a minute. So Joe Biden wasn't even trying to deport people, and he deported more people than Donald Trump, who put nothing but effort for 3 months saying, we coming for y'all, and then he gets the power and he becomes president. It's the same thing as it was before, only it's not as good. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know how you guys fell for the banana in the tailpipe. The only thing that's happening right now is Elon Musk is going through all your personal information to use it however they're going to use it. Who knows what the hell they're doing? He can't explain it, and no one can tell you what they're doing. And at the end, they're going to try to figure out a way to justify cutting a whole bunch of stuff under the guise of we're saving money for the American people, but really they're just transferring the funds from the one bill that we're paying to USAID to extremely wealthy people who apparently need a tax break. Now that was funny and dumb. It was the feminists. They don't want a single egg to exist in the world. I don't believe that to be true. I think what the feminists do believe though is that they don't want the damn the white male Christians to be in charge of where their eggs are used and how they're used. How about that? Maybe they don't hate eggs. They hate people that try to tell them how to use their eggs. Maybe they would prefer to use their eggs when they would like to, how they would like to, with the person that they chose to do it with. How about that one? How about that? Maybe that makes more sense to me than they just hate eggs. Hating eggs seems stupid. Eggs are delicious. How can anybody hate eggs? Oh shit. Oh, John Frank, can you hear me? John, can you hear me? Oh, let's see. Hold on a second. Oh, there you go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, what's going on, John Frank? It's been a long time.
What up? What up? I got the answer to what you just said, what Elon's looking for. So basically, he closed down one of those departments that look into like corrupt business or something with like scandals or sexual stuff. I don't know. But he has like 2 cases against SpaceX or Tesla or one of those companies that he owns.
Yep.
So basically, that's why he got rid of that. So that way it kind of cancels out that lawsuit that's going out against him.
Oh yeah, it's like
So he did it for his own benefit.
yeah, I know. And then he fired. I can't remember the lady's name. Her last name was Kim. She was Asian. When I saw she was Asian, I said they definitely hear her because she's Asian and she's a woman, so she's got to go for sure. Certainly a DEI hire, but she's been with the government for 20 years, and she was investigating SpaceX because they leave all kinds of space trash up in the sky and it falls out and lands on people's houses and destroys their houses and their cars and the roads and shit. And that's a fucking problem. I can't remember who she worked for though. But whoever department she worked for, that's what it was. It's some bullshit. It was some bullshit. But hey, look, if you got the power to fire the people that are investigating you, you should. That's the only right thing to do, right, John? The police was chasing you and you could fire them when you just say you're fired. You're fired. Stop chasing me.
But you know what? The heat that's gonna come after it is what they should be scared of, because when Trump won the last time, remember, they spent their last 4 years just getting on his ass for 4 years. So basically, what do you think they're going to do after again? They're going to get all of y'all this time. You know what I'm saying? They're going to get all of them if it's the last thing they do.
Hey,
so, I don't know.
I had an epiphany, John. I had an epiphany the other day. I was taking a shower. I listened to someone talk about Trump, about how they wanted to fire all the federal workers and they wanted to bring in new people that were only down with what Trump's plan was for the government. And I was like, shit. Maybe Trump's plan is this, because last time he left all those people that was long, you know what I'm saying, 20-year employees of the federal government, they're loyal to the Constitution. He said, let's get rid of all those people and bring in people who are loyal to me. I got 4 years in office, but when I'm gone, I'll leave behind hundreds of thousands of workers who are loyal to me. Then that way they won't be chasing after my ass when I'm gone. They'll be friendly to my people when they come in power next. And they'll be against the Democrats on the next term. If the Democrats win next time, but the government is full of all of these damn Trump supporters, then maybe the Democrats can't get shit done because the people say, hey, I can't push that button. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but the thing is, these people don't know the consequences to what they do. So if you would have seen Elon Musk in the Oval Office, you would have seen him answering questions and him saying, yeah, we're going to cut some things and we're going to get it wrong, but we're going to work really hard to fix it right there, fast, right away. So basically, that's his answer. His answer is like, if we get it wrong, don't worry. Like, everybody's going to tell me. Everybody's going to let us know that we got it wrong, and then we're going to be able to fix it. That's what we're going to do. So even if we get stuff wrong, it's okay. Nobody backs at 1,000. That's what he said.
Wait, that's what he said for real?
I swear to God, he said that. And I'm looking at it. Yo, he had the most blunderous performance. Like, he was just there looking like Trump had to stop, like, speak for him and, like, make it and fix it for him. It's crazy that Trump sounded more professional in a half a second than Elon. It seemed like Trump jumped in and, like, saved him. He's like, listen, we gave him the permission to do that. We wouldn't let him do it unless we trusted him. He seen him bombing. He was bombing.
Yeah. Like,
Elon was bombing.
If Donald Trump had to step in and be the voice of reason, we got serious problems.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Look, hey,
that's where they spread that lie about the he's like so trying to show you what government spending is about. He's like, yeah, they spent $50 million worth of condoms to Hamas. And everybody's like, and then they got the press national, the lady, the press, the one that does the speaking. Yeah. She's over here repeating that too. And it ended up being a lie. And they just told 50 million people, they just told half the world that this is fucking true. And now they just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got people spreading propaganda that we're sending Hamas 50 million worth of condoms, and it's going to stick because that's the atmosphere that we live in right now. That's how the MAGA people move. It doesn't matter if it's real or not. Trump said it. That's what we're going to say for now.
Word.
Boom.
Yeah. But yeah, look, that's why I don't watch the New York Post. I don't watch Fox News. And none of the other lunatic ones. Here's something crazy, right? Here's something crazy. The Associated Press isn't allowed in the White House. They're not allowed in the Oval Office because they didn't want to say that it was the Gulf of fucking Mexico. Gulf of America. That's insane. That's insane, right? And American people, indomitable human, says that's fucking perfectly normal that the president of the United States would tell a news outlet one of the most unoffensive news outlets that exist, hey, you can't come in here because you won't report the shit the way I want you to report it. As a matter of fact, let's bring in what the fuck the dude's name? Mike Lindell. Let's give him a seat at the table. He always tells the truth. Let's let him report on what's happening in the White House. Look hell, man, we are in serious trouble. But you know what I learned, John Frank?
We are.
Learned,
when you see Hegseth working out with the troops,
oh yeah,
oh man, we in trouble. We in trouble. I said, aren't you the fucking chief intelligence guy? What the fuck is you doing working out with the fucking troops, lifting weights and shit? This doesn't mean nothing to America.
Man, you
Like, what is going on here?
You better find
you
some
want to
business.
show us that you could do some fucking sit-ups and pull-ups?
Yeah, listen, you are in a decision-making capacity, sir. You could be fat as hell at this point in your life. You don't gotta do nothing. You ain't set the direction by the people that gotta push up. They know how to do push-ups. This is stupid. We are led
Does
by.
he know what position he's in? Yeah, like what is his role? I'm still curious. Like, what is he? Is he like
John? He's the Secretary of Defense. He is in charge of all of the branches of the military. He's the person that
That's
says.
What I'm saying.
He's the person that says the president wants to invade Gaza, and we're gonna meet in the Pentagon and come up with the plan. He's the guy. He's not supposed to be doing fucking push-ups, right? That's not his job.
Man, this dude's.
He ain't supposed to be leading PT, but you know why he's leading PT?
You heard him today?
I never listened to him. I'm not trying to be funny. I never listen to what they say. I never.
Today they were speaking on the war though. They basically said that he said we're not going to have Americans on the ground over there in Ukraine, and he said that we want to take their minerals if they want defense from us. And on top of that, that they should give up their territory, some territory. The 2014 borderline is not sufficient enough. And I'm like, these motherfuckers wouldn't be in this problem if you didn't make a deal with them and take their nukes. If you wouldn't have took their nukes, the last thing we would have to do is help them because they would point the nuke right at fucking Russia, and that's it. Everything would be settled. You know what I'm saying? But we said, give us your nukes, we'll protect you. Now, we protected you a little bit, but now we got you at the point where we say, listen, you're either going to give us these minerals or we're just going to let Russia take the minerals. So you got two choices. Which one? We got your back. We're your friends. We're your friends. But we're not doing this for free. You got to give us all your minerals to make your country, all of it, and we'll set up the security in your country. We'll put, you know what I'm saying? You've seen how we did in Gaza. We do good. Yeah. We do good jobs. We're going to move them all out. We're going to build new buildings, and we're going to tell them, you can't come back. This shit is crazy.
I hate to use history, right, as an example of how the shit go, right? But like, I was watching this documentary the other day, right, and it was talking about how Russia and Germany, before World War II, Russia and Germany agreed, hey, we're not going to attack each other. Cool. Germany's like, yo, look, we going for everything that's to the west, so we're not going to fuck with y'all. Russia was like, cool, if you ain't fucking with us, we ain't fucking with you. Russia told the world when Germany invaded Poland, oh, Germany invaded Poland because Poland was in the way. And actually, Germany's not even at war with Poland. France and England, who are trying to defend Poland, are at war with Germany. Germany ain't do shit wrong, really. They just took back land that used to be theirs before. They want it back. And I was like, it's the same shit fucking we saying right now about Russia and Ukraine. Like, Russia ain't really doing nothing wrong. They're just taking back shit that used to be theirs before. It ain't theirs now, but it should be. I'm like, what the fuck? How the hell we get here? How are we on that side? It seemed like every other time in history we was on the other side. Not now. Now in history we on the other side. We on the side of the axis of evil.
No, we about to listen. This is how it's about to go down. We're about to go to China and Russia, and the same thing you just said. Listen, everything from here to there, that's you. Fuck Ukraine. You can have Poland, Ukraine, Sweden, all of that. We don't care. Oh. Boom. Not the NATO countries, of course, but fuck it. If you want them, you can have them. We don't care right now. Yeah. Right? Boom. Hey. Go ahead. Bomb Europe. Flood them. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't pay 5%. You know what I'm saying? They don't pay 3%. Fuck it. That's how Trump feels. So he's gonna go to China. He's gonna say, "What you want? What does China want? What's that? Hong Kong? What is it?
Thailand? Yeah, Taiwan.
Yeah, Taiwan. Yeah, you want Taiwan? Go ahead, you can have that shit. Just let us pass our boats there through for free.
Yeah,
All
it
right?
does.
Or we're gonna fuck you over on the canal in Panama. Yeah, we somebody gotta have free access. United States gets free access, Russia and China get free access. That's it. We're not gonna let nobody else get on the border. No India, no Pakistan, no Iran, none of that shit. It's just us three or else.
Now look,
And then
Indomitable
that's it.
Human. Hey John, you impressed me right now with your understanding of what's going on in the world. Indomitable Human said he said another brainwashed Democrat jumped on, don't know what he's talking about. John knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows exactly what he's talking about. Appreciate it.
Man,
John.
I don't even listen to him.
Yeah,
I see that dude in the comment. I just ignore him. I think he's trolling you.
Hey,
Honestly, that's why I don't even respond to him.
I don't block him because he's here first. But like, why would I block this guy? He's always here.
No, I think he's just trolling you.
Yeah.
I think he knows the answer. Yeah, he knows the fucking answer. I don't got time to argue with him.
Yo,
come on, bro.
Yo, look, listen. You have a guy who says, "Hey, vote for me. No new wars." The first thing he does on the first day, start challenging people. Matter of fact, yesterday he said, "Listen, Palestinians, Hamas, you have until noon on Saturday, or it's gonna be hell, right? So it's gonna be hell how, right? Hell how? Like hell how? Well, does that mean we going to war? What are we gonna do? We already giving weapons to Israel. Are we gonna help them now? Well, it doesn't make any sense. I thought he said no new wars. He says on day one it'd be over. 24 hours it'd be over. I don't know how you do math. It's been longer than 24 hours. A lot longer than 24 hours, and we're still there, and it ain't getting better. It ain't getting better. Matter of fact, it's getting worse. And he's making it worse. He's making it worse. Ukraine is going to end. As a matter of fact, America is coming forward right now. What you just said about Hexeth is basically what the United States is saying. You should just give this shit to Russia so that way y'all can stop dying. We want people to stop dying, and we ain't really going to help you. Just give them the shit they're asking for. That's what America's saying. We're supposed to be the strongest. But we turn to a country that doesn't have a military like fucking Panama or fucking Greenland and say, give us your land. Give us your land or we're going to do something to you. What the fuck? Greenland don't got no army. They ain't got no fucking enemies. Half the people don't realize that Greenland is ice.
Yeah.
Greenland is covered in ice, and the only thing that's over there is shit that doesn't benefit you as a citizen. It does help the fucking
a lot of people don't even know that.
It helps the people that fucking mine for shit out the earth. It helps them. The rich people are like, yo, yeah, take that shit. And that's what Donald Trump is saying, what he's saying. But to say that we're going to invade a country that doesn't have any fucking enemies, no one fucks with them, that's crazy. Or to say, oh, yeah, we're going to go back to Panama because what right do we have to Panama when we built the Panama Canal? We didn't have any right to Panama. We made an agreement with those motherfuckers to build a damn Panama Canal. That wasn't our land.
And we took it from Colombia.
That wasn't
Didn't
ours.
Colombia have control of it first?
No, I think it was Spain.
Spain had control of it, but then we gave it to the Panamanians.
And then they got their independence, but we worked with Panamanians to build the damn Panama Canal, but it wasn't our canal. It was their canal. We built
gave it to them.
No. We gave it to them. We built it. We needed it.
No. Yeah, but I thought Spain had control of it, but we gave the control to the Panama, the Panamanians.
It didn't exist. We built it. We built it because we wanted to go through instead of around. The only way to get to the other side.
That's the same thing that Israel's trying to do through the Middle East.
Yeah.
That's why they're taking over Syria. That's been the whole plan the whole time.
Yeah. It's the shit is wild. It's wild to hell to be like, yeah, they're saying this is the plan. We're gonna take this land. Fuck them. How we get here? How we get here? I thought we was no new wars and cutting prices. We doing shit for the American people. And the first thing he says is we're gonna cut taxes for the rich, and the way we're gonna pay for that is firing a bunch of Americans, and then we're gonna start invading countries, and we're gonna use your children to fight these wars. Because Donald Trump's son ain't fighting in no wars, and Donald Trump's grandkids ain't fighting in no wars. Your kids are gonna fight in wars. And you know how you can get your kids to fight wars? Let me explain this real quick, John. He wants to cut the Department of Education so that way your children are ignorant. Then he wants to stop funding college for poor people. That's your children's education. So what options will they have at that point if you took away their ability to become educated or to better themselves, but to join the military? That's the next best option. and that's what they're setting up.
That's always the last option.
That-
yeah.
So
And then, unless you into that, yeah.
the military is great. I was in the military. I went there because I had no options. I couldn't pay for school, and I wasn't going to work loading trucks at UPS. So I joined the military. It worked out for me, but if I would rather my daughters go to school and get an education and get a job the way that Donald Trump's kids did. His kids didn't have to go join the military to get money for school, so why should mine? But that's not how he sees you. That's not how he sees us. He says, oh, if you need help from the government to get that shit, the government ain't going to help you. Because the only help from the government should be the tax breaks that I get. That's the help. The fucking the subsidies on the buildings that I build. That's the help that I should get. But you shouldn't get anything. I know you're only asking for $100 a month. I need $100 million to get this building popping. That's some bullshit. I don't know how the poor people fell for that shit. I don't know how they fell for it. Anyway.
Look, the world is stupid. I'm telling you. Listen, they killed Jesus over the rapist, right?
Yeah.
I keep thinking about that. And if you think about it like that, if they did Jesus like that, and then they did a whole bunch of other people like that before and after, that's just how it is. We in that time where it's like mob mentality. Once somebody gets everybody else riled up, they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's get them. Yeah, and they don't snap out of it until way, way later when it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
This is how I know.
That's what's going on, right? Yeah.
And down to a human, I know 100% now that you're brainwashed or you're just trolling. You repeat what he say. Greenland is a strategic move towards global security, putting us in a position to militarily maintain a position, tactical authority. Do you even know where Greenland is on the map in relation to our enemies?
Can you tell them we already have a base there too, just in case he didn't know?
Like, I don't even understand how you even say Greenland is so far north of us that there is no militarily advantage of Greenland. He was talking about,
if we was fighting Vikings.
It helps with the waterways. Man, Sarah Palin can see Russia from her front porch. Come on, man. Greenland ain't helping with that. Oh yeah, Section 8. Listen, Section 8 is going to end after 2 years. Listen, with Donald Trump, it might, because he's already saying if you have a transgender or a black person on your staff, you're DEI. Therefore, we're not going to give you any funding. That's where this is going. It's like, oh, you have a transgender person in your school? No funding for all the schools in your state. Like, it's some wild shit. And I'm certain Section 8 is going to be on the list. We don't need that
And look,
stuff.
they can't do that with places like New York because we fund like most of the states, right? So if we decided to just like New York and California decided to just cut ourselves off and just represent ourselves, we have our own money to flourish. Our money goes to our state and other states and other people's educations and other people's school and right? Or am I wrong?
No, you are right, John Frank. New York taxes you guys so high because you guys make so much money that you help fund the rest of the red states that only receive money from the government. You're absolutely correct.
The ones that are not educated, the most low educated states of the Republican states, right?
This is also a fact. So, but look, right, but the way to think about Section 8, though, right, and this is true for every state, that the federal government sends money to the states for Section 8. And part of the funding that, you know what I'm saying, that comes from that you receive from the state for Section 8 is federal funds. And the federal government could say, we're not going to send Section 8 money because this is the parameter that we've attached the money to, and they stop sending it. And then the states would have to do something different. Now, a state like New York, a rich state, would just tax the people more or change the way that the money is distributed because they tax people so high. But a state like Mississippi, then you wouldn't get paid because they're fucking poor. And they receive so much money from the federal government, they'd be screwed. But those people don't understand how that works. They're just saying, yeah, they think that the only people that are on Section 8 are people that live in Baltimore. They live in the projects.
Listen, you know your friend, the main mook, the one that you were showing earlier?
Oh, yeah.
He's going to, a lot of these things are going to affect him.
Listen, hey.
That's why it's so interesting to pay attention to him right now because he's going to end up being contact. right? You're gonna end up doing a story on him. Look, this big Trump supporter, he started making money. You could do the whole story from beginning to end,
Yeah.
and then and do it like in 14 minutes, and then see at the end how he's still going for Trump, going hard for Trump, and then in the first year how it changed his life. What it said, whenever it takes effect, because if anything does go through, there's a lot of federal judges. But I want to see how you gonna feel towards that person when a lot of the things that he's doing affects people in your position, which I'm talking about him. They
Word.
affect people in his position.
Yo, listen,
Motherfuckers that go to work every day, they kind of be alright. But if you just in the streets just trying to make it and you're living off your free apartment because you don't have no income, that's gonna be gone in like 2 years. Then what you gonna do?
listen, what they're
You're
gonna
gonna
be
be
doing.
fucked up.
Well. The thing is that they're so brainwashed and they're thinking that everything that bad that happens to them is because of Democrats. They're just gonna say the Democrats did it. It wasn't Trump. Trump didn't take away stuff from me. It was the Democrats. Democrats did it. No matter
No,
how.
they know they can't do that one on this one. They know Democrats like to give out free shit to people with any sort of disability or not working motherfuckers, and that's the last thing. That's what we getting yelled at for. You can't yell at us for people with no jobs giving them free rents, and that's wrong too. But
Yeah.
still, you know what I'm saying? You can't have it both ways. You know we're the ones that help people like you. You know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna try to, if you want to do that, okay, but you're still gonna be homeless.
Yeah.
It don't matter who you blame once you're homeless, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Look,
Shit.
hey, look, and
I
Dominic,
just hope, you know what I'm saying, you don't end up getting caught up in it. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I hope you don't get caught up in it. Because you, like you said, your brother said, if it don't affect me, who cares, right?
yeah,
But the people it will affect, I don't think a lot of the shit he does is gonna affect me for some reason, but I don't know yet. I'm still seeing.
yeah.
But it doesn't. As long as I stay like you, can anything affect you at your job? You're working.
Look,
From here
I
to
work.
4 years from now, do you think
I work.
anything that he does can affect you personally?
Yes, I work for a
Other than,
company. I work for a
yeah.
company that does government contracts. I work in
Oh,
construction. It's government contracts. If the government
yeah, I heard you
say
say that the other
the
day.
government could just
Yeah.
say, look, we not building that shit no more. We're not doing that no more. Even though we got contracts and this was the plan, we're not doing it no more. And that just be the end of it. Okay. The government has so much money that they could just be like, well, we know we gave you $2 million, but we just not gonna give you the other two. So that's it. And then my contract,
Pause.
my job is tied to the contracts. So if the contracts go away, then the job go away. We don't need people managing projects if we don't got no projects. So,
Gotcha.
but this isn't just me. I mean, this is almost the government is like 60% of our economy. So it's like when they're talking about, oh yeah, we're gonna cut all this stuff out. It's like they're not talking about cutting. Initially, it's easy to get behind the wasteful spending. It's like well, some of this shit is people's real jobs. You know what I'm saying? Some of this shit they want to cut is real people jobs. So it's not just, you know what I'm saying, like the motherfuckers pay a company that pays a company that pays me. I don't get to steal, right? You know what I'm saying? I got a job. I go to work. They pay me, I do the work. But if the contract go away, then the work go away. So but that's the government is always building infrastructure, expanding, growing. So it was like it was a safe place to be, an industry to be in if you worked in the infrastructure of the federal government, but maybe not so much if you have people that are not willing to fulfill contracts. They're firing people without cause because they say we need to save money for the rich. I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I can understand how other people can look at what they're doing and say, well, of course they fired 100,000 people yesterday. They didn't deserve to have jobs. That doesn't make sense. I don't comprehend how they come to those conclusions. There's something wrong with those people to me. Like I have family members who've been worked for the federal government for over 20 years. And they probably could have done anything with their life, but they got a job with the government and said this government's a safe job. And they've grown within the government, and now they're in high-ranking people within the government. But the government now says we don't need people, and we want to get rid of people, not because they've done something wrong or because they're bad workers, just because we just want to have less. But the reason why we want to have less is because we have to give these tax breaks to the rich. I don't get it. I don't get it. Listen, hey, Royzell, you can't Indomitable Human is measuring the distance from Greenland to Russia at the North Pole. That's why I didn't even respond to it because I'm like, this is the dumbest shit. Listen, if Russia attacks the North Pole, they got it. You know what I'm saying? We cool. You know what I'm saying? We fucking cool, dog. I can't even talk to these Trump supporters no more. They so crazy. I just be like, you know what? Fuck it.
Russia's been degraded on the field by Ukraine with fucking borrowed old weapons. We gave them raggedy old guns that Clint Eastwood used back in those movies. You know, those guns. You know, what was the other guy's name? John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Yeah, John Wayne's guns. We gave them rusty old guns. We didn't give them nothing good, and they're still degrading Russia on the field.
Now look, hey, I seen the Russians had a Gatling gun from like the 1920s where you had to turn the motherfucker and shit. I was like, they still use it, but it was like they run out of guns, they run out of weapons too. Russia is not the powerhouse that we thought they still got nukes though. So it was like they can end the game whenever they want because they got the nukes. But
listen, do your nukes still work? You got to understand, a lot of these systems that were built back in the day. The Triad and all of that shit, they were the first ones with it, right?
Yeah.
We don't know if that shit still works. This shit has to be updated, polished, recalibrated, all of that shit, tools replaced. You know what I'm saying? It has to be tested. It just doesn't, it's not just like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't have no updated equipment, money. They can't even get the right equipment around the world. You know what I'm saying? You need to get the pieces. You can't do everything underground. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, hey, you know what though? What's crazy, right? Is that in Russia's doing so bad that they had to go to North Korea to be like, can you guys send us some troops? Which they sent troops, and they immediately got slaughtered. They immediately got slaughtered, right? Yeah. And it's like, holy shit! Like this is the army that the Republicans are trying to convince us that we should fear. And we should give Ukraine to Russia because Russia is so powerful, but they don't even have enough troops to fight the war themselves that they had to go to North Korea and bring in 10,000 troops who immediately got fucking killed. Like, that's insane to me. It's fucking insane. Listen, Indomitable Human, I'm not going to argue with you about Greenland. Greenland is not an enemy of America, right? Greenland is not an enemy of America, and if we took control of Greenland, it wouldn't put us in a better position to attack Russia. We can see Russia from Alaska.
If anything, we're gonna have beef with Denmark.
Look, I don't understand what you're talking about. Donald Trump told you something, and you trying to make it work the same way he tried to convince you that Gulf of Mexico should be Gulf of America. It don't make no sense what you're saying.
February 9th. Look, February 9th or February 6th, some shit like that.
Here you go.
He wants to make it a national holiday.
Hey, I'm about to get out of here. Oh, yeah. I didn't click it, but I did hear that he wants to make it a holiday. But if it's a day off work, I'll take it. I was expecting him to change President's Day to Trump Day, but he didn't do that. But look, right here, Indomitable Human, and anybody who's listening, right? If you don't believe me, look this up. Just Google Russian Navy bases or Google Russian submarines, right? Where they're located on Earth, right? Just Google that information, right? And you will find that fucking the North Pole is not where Russia is storing their submarines. It's in the Pacific Ocean, and it's right across the bay. I can't remember what the name of the bay is. It's right across the bay from Alaska. It's right there. When I was in the Navy, I was a sonar technician. We used to track submarines, and that's where we tracked them from. They're not where you're talking about. But there is a pathway going from on the other side of Norway and Greenland, or not Norway and what are the other countries up there that starts with G, coming down into the Atlantic Ocean. Yes. But that's not where their main submarine force is. It's on the other side. It's on the Pacific Ocean. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Greenland has no strategic place in America other than he said it, therefore it must be true. The Atlantic Ocean is vast and wide, and getting Greenland doesn't make it smaller. It's stupid. Hey, John, I appreciate you. Oh, John left. Shit. I'll have one more question for John. That's cool. Hey, thanks for coming up, John. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Keep watching the news, man. You keep me sharp. Indomitable human. I don't know what to tell you, man. There's not a lot of help for you. It's not a lot of help for you. It's not a lot of help for Trump supporters. But I hope you guys enjoyed the show. I just wanted to talk some shit. I ain't really had nothing planned to talk about other than those couple things I did talk about. So I appreciate you guys' time. And just, I would like to say don't get too caught up in what's going on because the ship turns slow. Some of the stuff is going to happen fast that we have to pay attention to, but I think that they're proving that their incompetence is preventing them from doing a lot of stuff. They trip over themselves every day, and the judges are stopping them. The courts are stopping them. So maybe we can turn down some of the hyperbolic speech about the end of society while continuing to watch as they try to take it apart piece by piece every day. Anyway, thanks for clicking on the play button. If you like the Roselle, what's up? Coming through with the facts. I know Roselle Googled that. Let's see. Is that enough? I think it makes a hell of a lot more sense than boys can get pregnant and have babies. I don't even know what you're talking about. Most of the time with Indomitable Human, I have no idea what he's talking about. Is he just like, it's almost as if he's on random and he's just popping them in. Anyway, you guys have a good evening, and I'll holler at y'all later on Glib Talk. Peace.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
You could have subscribed to any other YouTube channel, but you chose to subscribe here. So, hit that notification, hit that like button, and tune in with Adrian and Glib Talk. If you talking to hear your own voice, that's Glib. Using your platform to poop and pimp, that's Glib. I can sell drinking water to a fish with Glib. Tune in for a discussion with Glib. It's Glib Talk, Glib Talk, Glib Talk. 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 Let's all get right on the late night with a little discussion or a heated debate on sports, news, current events. Glib Talk is where you gotta tune in for facts and different opinions. This is Glib Talk, hosted by Adrian, who will dissect the dichotomy of the fake news by its views. Trying to get to the truth, or we could just shoot the shit. We all trolls in here, that's why the chat stay lit. In the live stream with